So the best thing that happened to me the first week of school, of college, I went to Ohio.
Where'd you go?
Wittenberg University. Thank you, Jack.
What year is this?
1970. My parents said to me,
did you feel bad about leaving Churchill and Potomac and all that?
A little bit.
But you were ready to go?
Yeah, I was ready to not wear skirts to class anymore.
So you show up in Ohio?
Yeah, I show up in Ohio, and my parents had said to me they would take me, if I could find 3 schools within a 50-mile radius of each other, they would take me anywhere. They would pay for a plane ticket if we could drive 50 miles to go to 3 schools, as long as each of the 3 schools was affordable, and it was a possibility that with my grades I could get into the school, and that it had the programs that I wanted. That was a really smart thing for them to say. I searched all of New England. I wanted to be a northeaster, you know, and I found nothing except Ivy League schools that I would never have gotten into. I found a million schools that were possible in Ohio. That is not where I wanted to go to college. So I got there and I was not happy, and it felt like I was in the middle of the country, which I was. I was used to being on the edge and close to the ocean, and it freaked me out that I was in the middle of this flat. Anyway, and I didn't love it, and it seemed like everybody, all the girls there were like you know, sorority girls, kind of.
Corn-fed Becky's?
And kind of, and so I was unhappy, and I took German 2, because I had studied some German in high school, and I was in German class, and I saw this girl like kind of 2 rows up, and she had the same color hair that I had, like reddish, but hers was real curly, and she had these big hoop earrings, and she was wearing patchouli, and I thought, wow, she looks like somebody I could deal with. So on the way out of class, we started talking, and turns out she lives in South Hall. I said, well, so do I. What floor? 2nd. Oh, me too. It turned out I was in 217 and she was in 215, and actually our beds were against the same wall. We could like knock and say hi to each other and stuff.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and we got to be friends, and she saw pictures of my brother, I saw pictures of her sister, and they were both kind of attractive. And when I got to know Molly, her sister, and she got to know my brother, we decided that they would be perfect for each other, and we tried to get them together, but they always had other relationships going on. And when it took 2 years later. 2 years, what?
What's her name?
Whose name?
The girl from German class.
Oh, Betsy. Her name was Betsy.
Betsy what?
Betsy Thurlow.
Betsy Thurlow.
Yeah. And she smoked cigarettes, and so I started smoking cigarettes.
Uh-oh.
And but I never bought cigarettes. I only just bummed.
Smoking OPs, man.
OP, what's OP?
Other people's.
Other people's, yeah. And
I think that's a Bob Seger song.
2 years later, my brother graduated from Duke, and he got a job with A&S, which was a big corporation that owned a bunch of different department stores, and their headquarters were in New York, and he got a job at A&S in New York, Abraham and Strauss, and he needed a place to live. Well, Betsy and Molly had an older sister who had an apartment on St. Mark's Place, which is in the East Village, and she was trying to get out of New York, so she was going on some kind of boating expedition with friends on a sailboat, and she needed a person to take her. That sounds like a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody get hit by a car?
No, somebody's having a fight. Somebody's really, really mad. Sounds like.
Jersey.
Maybe out by the bar. Sounds like.
Nelson.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep telling the story. I've actually never heard anything that crazy, to be honest with you.
It disturbs me. And so Bruce went to the apartment and he met the older sister and he met Molly, and they like really hit it off. And it took years, but they got married several years later.
So you and Betsy think you're real matchmakers, huh?
Yeah, so we know that we're yentas. But it only lasted like 15 years. They had 3 kids, 3 boys. Tyler, Christopher, and Gregory.
It's a pretty good... So you ensured a lifelong friendship with Betsy Thurlow.
Right.
By,
cemented that.
By sacrificing your brothers.
But the divorce was very ugly. It took 10 years. So we didn't talk about it. We agreed not to talk about it. And it preserved our friendship. And we're ever so close now. And it's not Jersey's tail is big. He can hear it.
I think he might have been a part of that whole deal. But now, yeah, he's all bushy-tailed.
Hey, you. Bushy tail.